Hey kid, you want some D&D animation and more me? No? Well, screw it. You should check out Spoonstaff Stories anyway. Mrs. Six animated show, written and animated by her and voiced by yours truly. Brand new episode out right now.
This is a story that's just too good not to share, and
I agree, but for entirely different reasons. Because yes, that's right, Beyblades and gentle Digimon. It's that one guy that just can't get enough of anything because it's all fake. Hans Wormhat, aka a rose by any other name, would still be a moron. Let's see what beautiful stupid he has for us today.
I love it because it goes along with one of the biggest discoveries when you wake up to how big conspiracy is. And
oh, we all know how big conspiracy is. Big conspiracy, because why believe in real things that are real with facts and evidence behind it when you can instead believe complete nonsense that doesn't do shit of value in the world, but for some reason makes you think you are a smart boy who makes everyone around them uncomfortable because you'll never shut the fuck up about your gibberitic beliefs. Try big conspiracy today, because who needs friends and family anyway?
the big club and all the world's a stage and all that stuff.
I have a big club, but only in Elden Ring. It goes bonk, and the bad guy goes dead. It's great, unless it's spoilers, because that motherfucker just won't die. Fuck this game. I love it.
I think a really important truth, and one that it's almost self-evident when you really consider it and start to study it,
is that the list of things that Hans thinks are real is probably way fucking shorter than the thing he thinks are fake. So I think we should just get him to list all 12 of those things that he knows TM are real, registered, and that way we will know how to avoid accidentally a pretend guys.
is that reality is fantasy, and fantasy is reality.
I mean, that explains this whole shit heap about why you are such a wacky little fella. You literally think that anything that is real must be fake, because your weird little ideology demands that it be so. Anything presented as real, so you know, most things, by the whoever, is always fake because of reasons. I mean, forget that that would be an impossible standard to maintain for any length of time. What do they say? The government couldn't cover up a semen stain on a dress. How the fuck do you think they convinced anyone of fucking anything in terms of these wild conspiracy shit? It's beyond me. Although, to be fair, guys like Hans don't even think that cum is real, so...
That's one of those things that the satanic people in charge, the Bible talks about this, that there's certain people that they like to flip everything.
The sheer irony of you going on about people who like to flip everything when that's literally what you do all the time. Projection is a hell of a drug, I guess. And sure, the Bible. You know who thinks that the Bible is real? Fucking everyone, at least in terms of its physical existence as a book. So I'm shocked you haven't figured out that it is actually fake. I mean, have you ever seen a Bible? After all, I, as a card-carrying atheblab, haven't seen or touched and especially never opened one. I'm just guessing at all the shit that's in it. I mean, I once said it has a whole bit about Donkey Kong, and of course I was just making that. Wait, what? That shit's real? I thought it was a joke.
Black becomes white, up becomes down, good becomes evil. That's the MO of a certain type of people. And unfortunately, those people are the ones that have most of the earthly power and have control of the media. And
see, that's where it does split off, thank fuck. Because imagine a world with feckin' Hands in charge of public information. That's like a one-way ticket back to stoning witches and curing the plague by pushing leeches up your dick hole or whatever bullshit the pseudo-medical establishment these days is into. Because if stupid people in the way back when days did it, they must know better, and it is good. And you just know my guy here is, at the very least, cut from the same cloth. The very, very, very dumb cloth.
etc. Own all the land.
Fucking cringe, mate. If you are implying what I think you're implying, it's the most lame boomer shit you can pull. And it makes you not only sound like an idiot, but kind of a piece of shit too. Not that you don't have other shit opinions already. And I mean, that does go hand in hand with conspiracy belief. So what are you gonna do? All right, make fun of them until they cut that shit out.
So This is a perfect example of that. And all sorts of movies kind of get at this idea. And this is part of it. Part of the reality is fantasy is that
this is... Oh, right, the article. I always forgot how Hans Bob does this shit. And, oh, right, so this is an actual thing that happened. There is, in fact, a pipe that can feed into a waterfall on the tallest waterfall in China. So, of course, Hans obviously thinks that means that waterfalls are fake. That actually the only way a large amount of water can fall from a higher elevation to a lower elevation is something earth and flat, guys. But what's actually happening is that is a real waterfall, plain and simple. But as a tourist trap, they want it to be at its full glory all year round, so they give it a helping hand. Is it the most honest way they could do that? No, I suppose not. Is it proof positive that they lie about everything and that even waterfalls never existed? Probably. No, don't be fucking ridiculous. That's my job, and I'm annoyed that you are so much better at it.
Stuff on the news and stuff that happens in, real life is actually just a production. It's just a play.
So basically, Paper Mario, the role-playing game series licensed by Nintendo and developed by Intelligent Systems, yeah, look at me, I know Vimeo James trivia, is actually an allegory for real life. You see how the battle scenes play out on a stage? Yeah, exactly. It's them telling us that that's really how it is, somehow. That's the kind of stupid shit someone like you would say, really, isn't it?
And then the flip side of that is that things that they tell us are fantasy, like The Matrix, Wizard of Oz, they're actually allegories about real life that are just set in a more fantastical setting.
I was fucking joking. Well, kinda. I mean, seriously, The Matrix and Real is the stupidest shit ever. I mean, a groundbreaking film for its time, sure, but the premise is just a teensy bit dumb. I mean, a living organism makes a shit battery. Energy in will always be less than energy out. So why not just burn the shit you're feeding them and use that? Anyway, so yeah, no. If you think anything even close to The Matrix is happening to people, that's more than a little bit dumb. Oh, aside from the slow-mo action kung fu shit, that's totally real, but only I can do it.
The Matrix is true. The things that The Matrix talks about is very true. They just put a sci-fi spin on it. And
what exactly do you mean? Because The Matrix is full of shit that you could be referencing. And from the top of my head, we have human beings being hunted by robots, and that's simply not true. Robots have far more important shit to do. That the world has a green filter over it? Obviously, it's a slightly orange haze from spilling whiskey on my face. Or that government agents can simply overwrite people with copies of themselves at will. That doesn't happen because it's way too efficient. A government employee would have to fill out reams of paperwork and wait several calendar months to be able to do that. And then they would end up in the wrong body anyway. Oh, and body overwriting isn't real, but that's the least unrealistic part of it, to be frank.
Something that comes to mind a lot is
I didn't even edit that to make him sound stupider. It's just a gift he has. And well, he is himself a gift that we can't return no matter how much we lie and say we just got him, but the receipt was in the bag, I swear. Please, I don't even want money or store credit. Just take him back for the love of atheismo.
The Wizard of Oz is just some dumpy, fat, short dude behind a curtain pulling levers.
Hey. I may be dumpy/fat. I may be short, but there's no way I'm a... What was the third one again?
And is just putting on these grand displays, having people believe in deception. And I mean, that really is another big part of it, that it's all about deception at the end of the day.
Is it though? I mean, sure, exceptions exist, but then again, so do real things? I mean, you're constant griping about animals that you haven't seen in person being fake. It's just such a ludicrous thing to lie about. And no, not in a, well, that's how they get you kind of way, but as in, there is literally no way anyone would stand for this shit. That people who have real jobs caring for real things that are real would be pretty put out to walk in day one and find out the snakes are animatronics, the koalas are fucking plushies, and the gorilla is just a dude in a suit. No one would work there. Especially not the gorilla guy. You know how hot it gets in a costume, and he's expected to do it for 24 hours a day. You don't even want to know what it looks like under this helmet, and I've only been doing this for a few minutes. It's pretty grim.
That you have tons of people out there that they've agreed to just lie and cheat and steal. That's the whole hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. It's a pact.
You see this? This is exactly where all this shit falls apart for anyone with a brain bigger than a grain of sand. Do you know just how many people work in all the various industries and such that are covered by the many, many things which you think come under big fake? It's hundreds of thousands, if not hundreds of millions of people all over the world in different countries and states and the like, and not one of them has ever come out with a credible denial of any of the things you seem to think aren't real. That's so many people, and not a single one wanted to show off about how they are the biggest, smartest guy and know all the facts. The likelihood of you being correct and that never happening is basically zero. It's impossible that no one would blow the whistle. And yet, the world goes on, everyone acting as if the true things are in fact true. Now, must be an even bigger conspiracy, because as we all know, conspiracies only get more secret the more people you add to them.
That these evil people, they take advantage of other people. Psyops.
Yeah, just throw out buzzwords while you're at it, goddamn. And hey you, in the audience, you know exactly who you are. I see you talking shit about other words that have, actual meanings, but you don't like when people use them, which could be you telling on yourself, I don't know. But I have never heard you mention shit like psyops even once. The most meaningless buzzwords of all the meaningless buzzwords. Sort it out, you fucking hypocrite.
They've all agreed together that it's okay to do this stuff. I mean, they must know at the end of the day that it's not okay. But I think some of them start to have fun with it and go along with it. You'll hear people like Jerry Seinfeld say that...
I'm sorry, fucking Jerry Seinfeld? What an oddly specific person to bring up. And maybe they aren't all agreeing to be evil? Maybe, just maybe. They just aren't doing what you think they are? And you believe something incredibly stupid and should stop doing that? Maybe?
It's more fun to just go along with it. If you know everything's fake, it's more fun to just go along with it. And I think a lot of them take that aspect. They know it's all fake.
Again, with the Jerry Seinfeld thing, what exactly did he say? Because I've never heard him say anything quite like, all the animals are fake, and that's real news, and also the Titanic was a joke to make icebergs look bad, and what's the deal with 9/11? Everyone knows that steel beams can't melt jet fuel. Come on! Although maybe I just missed that special.
But they're part of the team. So it's like, in my opinion, it's obvious when you know that something's fake, you should tell people it's fake and stand up for the truth and expose the darkness to the light.
You see, that's just it. You have an almost virtuous concept. It's just that you missed out on the important bit of being actually correct ever. And you know what? Most people are the same. People call out bullshit all the time. You aren't actually special in that regard. What you are is wrong. So while people who bother to learn anything about reality are out there pointing out the real bullshit in the world, you're just sat here making stuff up to be mad about. And then I'm sure you just sit there bemused as to why you aren't some sort of nationally lauded hero. Oh, that's right, it's because the same they are hiding your truth as well, and not that you have the charisma of a severed foot in a washing machine, so have yet to take over the world, thank Christo non existo.
But you have all sorts of clowns out there that they know that it's fake, but they're on the team that fakes it. So rather than just be hush-hush about it, they flip it and they get so excited about all the outer space stuff, even though they know it's fake.
Oh, that's just fucking incredible, isn't it? You aren't even allowed to be excited about things now. You know, a sign that maybe you aren't in the know of how it's all fake. No, even them, they're in on it too. At that point, Hans, who the fuck isn't in on it? Because it sounds like it's literally everyone that knows it's fake. It's just, you're the only one calling it out. God damn, it's proper main character syndrome shit. Look, Hans, you are special. And not in the slightly fucked up her way, but like, you are a unique and precious snowflake. Like we all are. But you don't get to be the most unique person on the earth. Because that's just not a thing. For starters, most people still get you confused with Barnabas Nagai, and you fuckers don't even have the same fucking accent.
You know, I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, the people that are most obsessed with NASA probably know it's all fake.
Oh, come on, mate. You just, in a very literal way, pulled that number directly out of your arse, right? You just can't do that. You can't base your opinions on facts that you made up. I know it's literally what you do all the time, but this has to be a clearer example than most, that there is no fucking way you could possibly know that to be true. No one has told you that. There are no statistics. You just made up a number and then stated it as if it were a fact. And I'm sure down the line, you will remember it as a data point that was definitely real. But it just isn't. Seriously, why don't you spend some time laying out your beliefs and then go and source them? I'll bet you'll find that you can't even do that for most, and that the ones that you can will be ridiculous bullshit being spouted by idiots, some of whom are probably quoting you back at you.
And 9 times out of 10, the people that get the most into politics, they know it's really just a facade, and that it's really just TV in real life, people playing parts and reading scripts and all that.
See, this is kind of annoying on its own, because politicians are fake. It is something most people would agree to one extent or another. But that's not what they mean, Hans. They just mean they talk shit, because, well, of course they do. But they aren't literally characters invented for entertainment. Fuck, I wish that were true. But unfortunately, these idiots have real power and do real shit. And not one of them is brave enough to enact my bold plan to kill all the humans. Something about human rights? What about my rights, hey? Useless.
To get into this BBC article, hiker finds pipe leading to China's tallest waterfall. What do you know? It's like Wizard of Oz. It's like people are living in the Matrix, living in a false reality. You know, it doesn't come down to computers and stuff. I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in computers? But then what are you doing this on? Yeah, I know it's probably a phone, but come on, that's literally just a computer in an ultra-portable form factor. All right, no. What he means is, well, that he doesn't believe in simulation theory. Okay, but so what? And wouldn't that make more sense for your everything being faked bullshit? Because at least then you could offload the real work to a couple of servers and fake the rest. Oh well, never mind.
I think that's probably one of the biggest conspiracy psyops out there, is people trying to convince people that they live in a computer, they live in a simulation.
That's not a psyop. That's just a fucking hypothesis. One that's supposed to be interesting to think about. It's not something that anyone in the mainstream boys ever seem to bring up. It's pretty fringe shit, really. Frankly, I would have thought you would be more into it just because it is that. Damn.
No, this is very real. Life is real.
Well, shit, you heard it here first, folks. One of the vanishingly few things Hans thinks is real is life. Kudos, I guess.
And the Matrix is just people's minds and the lies that they believe. It's people's belief systems and being duped. Something that I think about a lot now is how much of a meme it was in like middle school age to call people gullible and tell them that gullible's written on the ceiling and that kind of thing.
And I'll bet you looked every goddamn time. Although, of course, they did remove gullible from the dictionary after all those protests, so...
It's like, that's probably when the little Baffo children are being told, don't be so gullible, don't believe everything on TV. Like, it's all lies, it's all...
The fuck is a Baffo child? And, idiot, I can't believe you checked, John. Look, I know it's a long shot, but if a John in my audience checks and then comes back to the video, he's gonna fucking shit himself. Totally worth it.
You can't even believe in waterfalls these days. So getting into this, and, before I get into it, Ruby Falls comes to mind. Ruby Falls is a tourist trap in the USA.
And let me guess, it's fed by a pipe, so it stays looking good all year. So fucking what? That doesn't mean it's fake, Hans. It means that someone found an actual waterfall that was pretty cool to look at, made it a touristy place, but they could only open for a part of the year till some bright spark figured out that if they stick a pump in there, it would look good all year. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a waterfall, you dense It just means that the real thing isn't quite as good as they'd hoped. And seriously, would you rather it was a trickle for months so you could only visit the place for 5 minutes a year? Or suspend your disbelief and enjoy the fucking waterfall that is really a waterfall because there is water and it falls? Just not all the time without a little bit of help. Well, of course not, because you never seem to leave your fucking house. So what does it even matter to you anyway? Fuck me.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the